Let me get this to you. There you go. Thank you. Good morning. Here you are.
Thank you.
Here you go. You'll have a good day. Good morning. Hi, how are you? You have a good one. Good, how are you? Hey, good morning. How are y'all doing? Good.
lot of complaints.
Oh.
Okay, for you being out here, saying it's illegal. However, I work at the school here, and the kids are coming up to me saying, "Hey, there's graphic information in there." So I can't tell you to stop doing it, but however, I'm receiving the complaints.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's probably advised for you to stop doing it, but I can't tell you to stop doing it. Okay.
I understand.
They're coming up to me and saying, "Hey, we don't want to see this. We don't want to think about this." However, you're probably doing the right thing. I don't know. Okay?
Here, let me give you one. If you
I've gotten them at the office right now.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. I mean, I made sure I wasn't, I started out over there and I was like, let me back up so I'm not interfering with traffic. I'm not creating any hazard. I'm on a public right of way, and I've been through it several times
you're
before.
Making the kids uncomfortable.
Well, it should be uncomfortable. Here you go. I mean, it's a topic that should make them uncomfortable. There was a time when, here you go, sir. You have a good day. There was a time when slavery was legal, and we wanted to suppress, here you go. We wanted to suppress the truth at that time too. And it's only until, Christians who really need to put their money where their mouth is, start exposing the injustice and shining a light on this,
Okay.
So I understand that it makes people feel uncomfortable. It should, because all that they've been told in schools is that it's a blob of tissue, it's not really a life. And what this does is that destroys that misinformation. And, we as Christians have an obligation to give the truth. I understand schools, they teach a lot of science, and they want to dismiss a biblical foundation of, what the value of life is. You were created in the image of God, just as I was, just as even a person with disabilities, even a child who was conceived in rape, we all have an obligation to protect our neighbor. You're in law enforcement, and so this is my way of submitting to the authority of God and saying, I'm going to at least put these books in these kids' hands, let them see, there's why things aren't right. Maybe they're not being educated in their home, but what I do find is every Saturday, these kids, they're showing up at the abortion clinics. They're killing their unborn children. Why? Rape, incest, parents who don't, acknowledge their kids. A lot of girls are sex trafficked. I mean, the statistics. Atlanta's #1 for sex trafficking. And so we want to we want to at least educate the society. We go to churches. We do the same thing at churches because they're failing on their parts too. 60% of, don't quote me on this percentage, but a very high percentage of women going in for abortions call themselves Christians, just like many of slave owners called themselves Christians. It's an uncomfortable topic, but it's one that we need to be having because they're clearly not getting it in school. They're still out, Hey, good morning. Here you go. I mean, they're still showing up at these clinics. They're still being, protected by traffickers. And these, the abortion clinics, they don't report these cases because they have an agenda. They have money. Hi, how are you? Here you go. They have money that they want to be making. So that's their focus. So, I'm an abolitionist. My obedience is, here you go. Here you go. Have a good day, ma'am. Hey, how are you? My obedience is to Christ, and I'm still working in the confines of the law, and I wish I wasn't having to upset them. But 60 million unborn children have been slaughtered since 1973. That's like 1.4 million a year. And Atlanta, Atlanta, here you are. You have a good day. Atlanta is just, ripe for traffic. It's horrible. It's horrible what's going on. And my son, they used to attend here. They know because they've seen it firsthand also. Here you go.
Okay. All right. So, they're very uncomfortable, and I don't think
have a good one.
I think there's another way then it's this because they're not going to read it. I'm just going to be honest with you.
You know
they're
what?
Not gonna read
For
it,
the one person that does,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I spend, however much I spend on all this, for the one person that might read it, for the one person who sees the truth, has the scales peeled back from their eyes and says, you know what, I understand now, and they start to get it, then it's worth it. It's worth it. Why? Because somebody took the time to tell them. And hi, here you go. Have a good day. I'm not forcing them to take it. Here you go. Have a good day, ma'am. Here you are. Have a good one. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Have a good day. Have a good day, sir.
How are you? Doing good, man. How are you? Miss you too, man. I'll see you later on.
Hopefully in a good way, right? It's, they don't like it because it's true and it's exposing an injustice. It was never, it's kind of like, these cards right here. I don't know, did you see that one?
No, I didn't.
They wanted to keep that hidden, in Nazi Germany. They wanted to suppress the truth. Christians wanted to suppress the truth. And they weren't doing anything, and they made every reason to justify what they were doing to the Jews. And so this is no different than, us exposing what's happened to the unborn, than Emmett Till, what happened? Here you go. Have a good day. What happened to Emmett Till whenever he was beaten, and his mother said, you know what, let's have an open casket so that we can show exactly what happened to my son. These kids aren't hearing this in the classrooms, Oops. And we only want to expose this and subject them to the truth because we care about them.
Mm-hmm.
We care about, one, unborn children. There's help for them. I don't see too many pregnant girls walking around in school these days, but I do see them lining up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning at the abortion clinics. I see the churches who want to silence us when we go to expose it there. If not here, where kids are being educated, then where? Where would be a better place to do this?
Well, I can tell you definitely not here because of the backlash that I'm getting from the kids. Everybody's bringing this to my office, saying this is not good. So, like I said, definitely not here. It is actually, and I'm not trying to discourage you or anything, but from the results of it is not.
Yeah.
Something is not happening that I don't know if you care about that. Hey, how you doing, man? You care about that or not? But I'm just letting you know.
I care, and that's why I'm showing it to them. I'm sure that they have to learn about tough topics in their history class, in science class. I mean, not everything that educates is meant to make everyone feel good. It's meant to show the truth.
But how can we, from this point, if you want to get this out, how can we get this out to the kids without this right here, without them coming to me and say, hey, I don't like this,
How can we get it to
hold on, I'll come back.
Okay. Here you go. Good morning. Here you are. Good morning.
Good morning.
Have a good day. Good morning. How are you doing? Here you go. Have a good one. Hey, how are you? Have a good day. Hi, how are you? Have a great day. Here you go. Have a good one. Here you go. Can I give this to you? Hey. Is there any way to... Right there? Whoops. Oh, there we go. Thank you. How are y'all doing today?
Good.
Good. Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one. Hey, here you go. Hi. Here you go. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, how are you today? Whoops. Have a good one. Here you are. Have a good one. Good morning. How are y'all doing?
We're good.
Here you go. Y'all leaving school early today?
No.
All right, y'all have a good day. Hey, here you go. Have a good day. Good morning.
Hey.
How are you?
All right, here you go.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Is this the group right here that you're representing? Right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where is it located?
Well, it's not that there's a location. It's actually an ideology that we're promoting. You know, abolitionism. You know, we aim to end an evil of our age. Here you go, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Yeah, we're just exposing injustice. There's abolitionists all over the U.S. that are doing the same things.
So you don't work for a company? Just okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Is this out from a church or just something you just say, hey, I'm going to start promoting this or whatever?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, it's something all Christians should. And unborn children are our neighbors. And when I see the youth of today, you know, these 14, 15, 16-year-olds, they don't have a clue. They don't know. You know, they have been lied to, as the title of the book says. But you ask me, you know, how can I do this without upsetting the kids? You know, the question is really, what can they do to tell the truth? You know, what can schools do to start telling the truth about human life and let kids see, you know, not promoting some secular agenda that's anti-God, anti-faith, anti-Christianity, you know, because that's what they do. And I mean, I know there's a lot of good teachers in there. Most of them are excellent. You know, I know that McIntosh High has some of is one of the best schools in the state. I get that. But I don't see any difference in what they're being taught. And I still see, like I said, these same girls going in and out of the abortion clinics, choosing death for their unborn child. So if we promote abstinence, promote, you know, a standard of decency, promote self-worth, they see their value and who they are, you know, as Christ created them, and not what the world wants them to measure up to, you know. I mean, one guy who drives off and he's joking about, hey man, are you sober? You know, I mean, it's a Thursday morning and they're joking about being sober. You know, we should be exposing it. So, you know, if there was another way.
I got it.
Yeah.
We get it. This is Corporal Johnson. He received another call as well. Okay.
Yeah.
I would advise, especially today, and I believe in Jesus Christ. I don't believe in killing, babies. I don't believe in that. Okay. However, it's a way to do things. If you want to do this or want to get the message out, I would advise you go to the Board of Education. Talk with them up there, and maybe they can push that down into the schools.
Okay.
Instead of just,
well,
handing this out, because I guarantee it, all those pamphlets are going to be in the trash can. Guarantee it.
Or you can give them back to me.
I would love to, give them back to you. And but yeah, so all the complaints, from the kids arriving on school, and I think there was another. Is there another guy out here with you?
Yeah, it's actually my son.
Yeah, actually he was on school campus, and that's definitely a no-no. We had to run him off campus.
Okay,
so,
okay.
But
I know he had seen a couple of his friends or something, and because he went to school here before, so that's fine. I understand he shouldn't have been on there, but he probably was talking to some friends, but that's fine. I just everybody says, can you do this elsewhere? Can you do this a different way? Can you keep that to yourself? We got to quit making excuses. Right now, right here.
To do everything.
Well, there is, and there's many ways to do something.
Right.
And when we expect legislatures or school board administrators, they know the truth and they seek to suppress the truth. They do. It's not that they haven't been confronted on these topics. They know. They do know.
So we advise you just
Can I make this suggestion?
Sure.
I totally get what you're doing, and it's absolutely your right to do so and put this stuff out there. And I think the point of you doing this is to open some eyes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But you said you got a kid over there helping you out.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a mom, you understand. I'm not telling you to change anything that you're doing, but I would suggest taking into consideration these kids are going into school and have an entire day of learning, and a lot of them have testing this week, etc. And maybe a better option for you to accomplish everything that you're accomplishing where you're accomplishing it is to wait until 2:30, until they're coming out of school.
Both times were the plan. I just went through 200 books, so I guess y'all might get part of what you want in that I just ran out, and I've already passed out 200. I do have other information. I get that, and we always plan on doing this in the morning and the afternoon. So I mean,
okay. It's your right to do it. I'm just, I just wanted to put the thought into your head that you may be disrupting some of the kids' learning process, and there's a better way to accomplish your goal, and instead of giving them that to go in and think about all day instead of learning, but to come out afterwards when they don't have everything on their plate.
The ones who will be affected by this the most are those who have had abortions.
If you don't want to listen to my suggestion, don't. This is your right.
I'm not getting getting mouthy at you. I'm just saying, I'm communicating with you. So, you don't have to snap back at me like that.
I'm just saying,
okay.
If you don't want to listen to me, that's fine. This is
I
your right
plan
to
on,
do. I'm just giving the suggestion that, you're a mom, I'm a dad, you can accomplish everything that you're accomplishing without disrupting their day of learning.
And I hope that this
agree
gets
or disagree
into the
with any of the content or opening their eyes to some truth, but
okay. Well, I appreciate that.
I'd like you to think about that and think about.
And I will.
These kids trying to accomplish the task that they're trying to get accomplished at the end of the school year.
I got that. I understand.
If I seem snappy, I'm not. Just talk loud and fast. It's early. I'm not properly caffeinated.
It doesn't have this content.
No, I understand. Yeah.
What's up, sir? How you doing? Good. All right. Hey, just to break it down while we're here, okay, I'm here because of the complaints from the school. He's here because of a call. that came in.
Okay.
We don't disagree with any of this. However, well, we don't disagree with the content. Okay. However,
Right.
we disagree with the way it's being handled. Okay. And Corporal Johnson pretty much explained that we can't tell you to stop doing it. However, we can advise you just probably not the best time to do it because of what's going on in the school. The kids are testing this week. Today is the last day for the seniors. I mean, school is wild today, okay? And their focus is pretty much on the testing and trying to get out of school.
Yeah.
Okay? My job is to keep them focused because some of them are already checked out. Okay. But this morning within 15 minutes, I received 10 complaints about this book, which is a problem. Okay. Someone did tell me you were on school campus?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so they had a word with you, and you
Yeah,
had to get
they
off
told me
campus,
to leave, and I did.
yeah.
So I was just on the trail over there.
Okay, all right then. Also, Corporal Johnson suggests come back later on this evening when the kids are getting out of school, which is, I think that is great, but definitely not when they're going into school and we're receiving all these complaints. Okay? For our concern, this is not the end of the complaint. We're going to be probably receiving calls all day from parents about this information. Okay. Good thing about it, we already investigated. Everything is good. We're probably going to generate a report behind it just to say, hey, we made contact with y'all. But another thing, Mom. Hey, go to the Board of Education. Push it down. You can push it down. Is this the only area y'all?
No, it's
our first time doing this.
the first time at McIntosh. It's our plan also to go to some of the inner city Atlanta schools. It's not, abortion doesn't seem to discriminate. It's in the affluent neighborhoods. It's in the poor neighborhoods. Even though they put the abortion mills in the poor neighborhoods, we're just trying to be obedient, obedient to Christ. That's what it comes down to, because we love God and because we love our unborn children, and we love the mothers who have them too. One common response is, we only care about them when they're, in the womb. You don't care about them after. It's like, what? When somebody says, I will carry this child and you can adopt them, we're all about helping meet their needs ongoing. Whatever we can do to help. It's not just an unborn child issue. It's the total person, the mother, their spouse, their boyfriend, or whoever. But I understand.
Your message and your actions are not the issue here whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, and I realize,
we just want you to, like you said, he's got numerous complaints.
Yeah.
The kids are going into school. So we got to come out here and talk to you about, doing what the founding fathers of this country allowed you to do when they wrote that. And,
yeah, I mean, more should happen though. It shouldn't be that we have to even do this anywhere. It should, and I know that, times progress, people have become more liberal, more acceptance of and more tolerant of anything. I mean, I'm not out here, protesting homosexuality, which I'm against, but the point is, even more important than abortion, it's the gospel. It's the gospel that would set anybody free, and that's what matters most to us is, and it has a gospel message in there. And so even more than the abortion, we want them to hear that, because look in the churches today, unless they're being entertained with social clubs, even in the church, they're not getting the gospel. So it's, I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate y'all's respect, and trust me, we've dealt with some not so kind officers before, but I think we've got the finest in Peachtree City, that's for sure.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Just, I don't know, I just think there's a time when their ears are going to be open to it, and their mouths are going to be able to be more open to talk about it with each other.
Yeah.
And it's not during school is when they're going to get to do that in class.
Yeah.
And especially, when they're on the test and stuff.
Can I pick them up, or are you throwing them out?
Well, you know what I'll do for you? I'll get your information,
okay,
and I'll collect as many as I can,
okay,
around the school, and I'll definitely give you a call, and
Okay.
we can make contact, and I can give them back to you if you
Okay.
want that.
I would appreciate that. I
Yes.
mean, it's my pocketbook
So
that pays for it.
are you gonna pass them out this evening too?
I have to be at work, but I think my son might carry on
Your
and
information,
do
I'll
so.
get it from you.
No, I don't have it. Do you have your driver's license on you?
It's in my car.
You have your driver's license?
I don't have one.
He's not driving yet.
Okay, we'll just get just name.
Okay.
You went to McIntosh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for a short while, for 9th grade and part of 10th.
Okay. Where you finished school?
Oh, I'm homeschooled right now.
Homeschool. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I got it right here.
You want me to take it?
No,
Sure.
that's up to you, man.
I'll get it. Get back into that.
And for what it's worth, if y'all ever run into somebody who's facing an unplanned pregnancy, put them in contact with us. Or, I don't know if you can do that. I mean, what we do, we just meet the need. I've volunteered at pregnancy centers before, and when you have a structured business, or some organizations that are charity, there's so many regulations, like, we can't give you a ride even though you're 8 months pregnant and it's the dead heat of summer. We meet the need.
So where do you go? When you say you see all these, females showing up at the office 8 o'clock in the morning in line and having an abortion. Where do you go to? Since you say you don't have a business to go to, where do you see that at?
We go to the abortion clinics.
Where's that at?
Well, there's like 10 in Atlanta. Piedmont has one. There's FemCare. There's Feminist Women's Center on
Go
Cliff.
to all of them?
I can't be at all places at once, but here lately I've been going to the one in Forest Park. It's on Forest Parkway. It's just right underneath the lawyer's office, or the lawyer just moved out. But so we go to there. We get there before they do. We speak to them. We try to let them know that there's help for them. It's often met with a lot of backlash, a lot of FUs and, flipping the bird and trying to hit us with cars. They've thrown firecrackers at him, just even right in front of a police officer. It's kind of strange because he was like parked right there and he was right here, and a car pulled out and the lady in there tried to throw a soda bottle at him. Then she lit up a firecracker and threw it and burned his leg. And all of this is recorded and even providing it to the officer. And that one was in Old National.
So you go there and you say, are you standing outside and you say, hey, don't do this, it's not a good thing to do, you read a couple scriptures or whatever? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much like a protest against abortion.
I guess you could call it that. I mean, most people do call it that.
Yeah.
We actually have gone to churches and passed out information to, if we can't go to our own neighbors, our own brothers and sisters for help. That's why it's such a problem, because people don't want to confront the truth. This is why babies die. And now we've got Plan Bs on every shelf in Walmart, and we're dehumanizing life. We're dehumanizing at its most fragile, innocent, and helpless stage. That's why it's in other parts of the world, we're promoting suicide for those who just don't see the value in their life anymore. We should be defending them. So yeah, going to the abortion clinics, we call this the Frontlines. Our book, it's called Project Frontlines. But the abortion clinics, that's like the final lines. You can't get anywhere else. If you can't reach them there, then next thing you know, you get there early, you try to speak to them, they reject you. A little while later, they're walking out the door puking their guts out, sick as can be. Dads are saying, I don't want this, but it's her right. It's her choice. I can't change her mind. Men have had their rights stripped from them. They don't have any say in their own children anymore. And it's unfair. And so not only are we an advocate for the child, but also for the men, who the women need to hear the truth just
Where
as
you
much.
parked at?
Right over there.
on the side of the street?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We'll let you go ahead and go and can I have one?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I think that
Thank
one's messed
you.
up actually. It's sticky.
These
so.
are like my last two.
Oh, you're out and
Yeah.
Oh, well, we have some different ones like these.
If it's messy, it's all right.
Okay. They got rained on.
It's all right.
We've been out in the snow, the rain,
Yeah,
the
these
freezing
two,
cold. Let's see.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
This is one. This is one.
Oh, I get one of the black ones.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll let you go on, and appreciate it, and definitely, I'm quite sure I'll put my hands on some, and I'll give you a call, and I'll meet up with you.
I
So you
appreciate
won't
it.
be back out here today, or you?
I might.
Okay.
There's several abolitionists all throughout Atlanta, but we're so spread out, and there's so many abortion clinics, so we just kind of disperse and, you know, target each one.
All right. Well, thank
Okay.
you so much. Y'all have
Thank
a good day.
you.
Talking to
You too. Thanks.